First of all, just welcome to EDCI 751, and I hope that you've been able to see some of the information that has been posted on Blackboard. And also, have you all received your syllabus yet? Have you had an opportunity to look at your syllabus?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So I'm going to share my desktop with you, and we will jump right in. And if you have any questions, then just please let me know. Okay, so the syllabus is posted. I will go ahead and open that. Here's your syllabus for the fall, and it has the information for your textbook. I don't know if everyone has had the opportunity to pick their textbook up or get the textbook. We'll talk about that a little bit. This is my information here. There is an office in Turner Hall D, wing room 247, and I did post office hours. However, it is probably best to just contact me because I travel a lot, and just text me, or either you can call my cell phone. That'll probably be the best way for you to stay in contact with me for this particular semester. And if you do need to make an appointment for office hours, then certainly we can do that. This information is just basic information that you see in all syllabi, giving you the course overview, the course rationale, all of those items. This year they had us to put in the standards for Ed Leadership. So both of those are in your syllabus this year. So we'll kind of let you know what expectations are for the overall Department of Ed Leadership as far as courses are concerned. The things that you may want to pay close attention to is your attendance, and of course dealing with your assignments. So all of your assignments are due at midnight on Sunday, and those things happen pretty much if the assignment, for instance, this week assignment, it would be due on this Sunday at midnight, not the following Sunday. So it's you have like that entire week to complete your assignments. If you have any needs of student support or anything like that, that information is included here for you. Also, this class is scheduled as a face-to-face course. However, there will be times that we will meet exactly as we are meeting today, and I will provide you with enough time to let you know when we will actually meet on campus so that you all will be able to be present. And if not, I'll try to remember to take my laptop with me so that we can record the session as I'm recording today. And that way you can always go back and review anything that you may have questions about. So week one, you should have received a welcome flyer. And of course, we're looking at the syllabus right now. And you would have had a chapter 1 assignment and also discussion board. How many of you are familiar with Twitter at all? Anybody? Does everybody have a Twitter account, or have you even looked at Twitter? No, I see some saying yes, some saying no. We'll look at that before we leave off of our session on today, and so that you can kind of see what we will be doing with Twitter, and it will be based upon whatever the information is in the in that particular chapter. So then you'll have like a discussion board activity, then you'll have a chapter 2 assignment, and it just moves right through. Another question is, how many of you are familiar with blogging? Has anyone done any blogging before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you know how blogging works, and basically we will probably do that among our class. and kind of work on that. And the other thing that we are incorporating in this particular class this year is a podcast. A lot of individuals are using podcasts now, so we're going to take a deep dive into podcasting. We will see exactly how we will do that. It will not start until week 6, so that will be right before midterm, and we will have a sufficient amount of time to discuss podcasting in more detail. I'm sure that we will have a couple of class periods face-to-face before we have to dive into that, so we will definitely kind of plan those podcasts out together. Okay. Other than that, everything just pretty much moves right from your syllabi, and you should not have any problems with anything. If you do, then just let me know if you have questions. Most everybody is most concerned about, so how many points do I need and how does that work? And basically what is happening is you'll have your discussion board, and with your discussion board, you will have, I think, about 5 of those, and they're at 6 points each. Then you'll have 5 tweets that you will do, 5 podcasts, 2 journal entries, 5 blog entries, and you'll have chapter test, and you will have your midterm, chapter assignments, and then chapter test. And then you will have your a binder that will be like an electronic portfolio. That binder will include all of the information that you have covered during the class. So it's just an accumulation of everything. Your final is a collaborative research project, and so you may work with a partner to look at completing something, and I think I did put some details in there for that. I'll go back up. Let's see here. Yes. So in Blackboard, what we'll do is set up for you to be able to work with a partner. And what I've asked you to do is locate your 2018 report cards for your schools on the South Carolina Department of Education's website, and then find out what are some of the weakest components in your area for your report card. For instance, I think I gave something that says to identify the curriculum framework, like Project Lead the Way, computer science curriculum, and the Project Lead the Way engineering curriculum. You can look at those things, and you may employ any other innovative reform measures to design a novel curriculum for the identified population. So basically what you're going to do is look and see what you have in your report card that you may think, okay, so this may need to be tweaked somewhat, or we may look at tweaking this somewhat to change the curriculum. Because while you may have specified curriculums in your school, there may be some things that you may think you can use or do differently to be able to enhance what is already there. So if you have something already in place, that is fine. You can use that and just enhance it or upgrade it. Or if it's something that you want to create that you think you can use based upon what some of your positions are, then you can definitely do that. But I think we have mostly counselors in this class. And Arthur, I don't have your, what do you do? What is your position at school?
Social studies teacher.
Okay, all right. All right.
8th grade.
Okay. Oh, well, I'm sure you probably have a lot to talk about with social studies then, because I know that sometimes that students may look at it as being boring. So I'm sure you can look at what you guys have in place right now and probably lift it up through using integration of technology if you're not already doing so. So I'm sure you have some opportunities to make some differences in how your curriculum currently looks. Right. So are there any overall questions about this? I'm going to try to get into Blackboard. They are doing updates on the system at this particular time, but hopefully we will be able to see what we need to see with our discussions, because I'm not sure what modules they are upgrading. So right now in discussion forum, of Blackboard, you should see the first thing that you should have done was your evidence of course enrollment. And I think most everybody has been able to do that. Then for week 1, you were to define curriculum. What do you think curriculum, what is curriculum to you, or what do you think it is? And it's not for you to give me a book definition. It's just off the top of your head. What do you think curriculum is? That's all that is, because you'll have the opportunity to learn more about the curriculum as we move through this. But right now, all I want to know is, right at this particular moment, what is your definition of curriculum? The second thing is, I asked for you to identify the foundations upon which the South Carolina, or either your district or your school-based curriculum, how is it designed and why? If you can find those particular things, you know, what were the basic foundations of that? How did it come about? So you can look and find out about that, and you can post your information there. And then for chapter 1, the field of curriculum, that is your discussion for that, just asking about the concepts and principles from the many disciplines. And then you have this video that you will watch, and you will respond to it. So a lot of your information is going to be found in your PowerPoints, okay? So for chapter 1 PowerPoint, we'll take a look at that. And that is under content in Blackboard. So in chapter 1, you will see where you have several different things here. The first thing is essay questions. When you see essay questions and you see questions to ponder, these are questions that you may find on the chapter assessments that will be posted. So that's what these things are. So that this is like your, I guess you may call your guide to preparing for your chapter test, okay? So in here, it talks a little bit about how you will use this PowerPoint. And I went in and tweaked some things because I'm using it a little bit differently than the authors of the textbook would probably do it. So these are just some things that I went in and made some adjustments to. It will give you your learning outcomes for each particular chapter. And then it will tell you, you may have directions in here as to what you will need to do as for this particular class. So with this one, it says discuss with your partner and complete a journal entry. Instead of doing the journal entry for this one, we will probably look at doing this particular one as a tweet. I did not have a lot of great feedback from students dealing with journal entries. They did not particularly care for that, so we're going to try doing it using Twitter, and we'll see how that works for us. So these are just some things that you can discuss among yourselves. Once you select your partner, you can discuss that. I think I may also have this in discussion board as well. I think this is exactly what is in discussion board. And so that's for that particular chapter. I'm going to open up another chapter for you, just so that we can be clear about what this looks like and what you will need to do. So most of your guidance will come actually from your PowerPoint if you have questions or don't see something that is inside of the actual syllabus. So here again, put in, to read and respond to the slides in the appropriate areas of Blackboard or Twitter. So here are your questions again for this particular chapter, and your essay questions that you might find, the learning outcomes, of course, and then it asks you to look at analyzing some of these particular items here. And here is your first assignment, which is talking about relevance. So this is the first assignment that you will see posted in Blackboard, but it is also here on your PowerPoint. Then it asks you to tweet to this particular thing. I will go in and fix this because it will be fall 19. Okay. This is what you will see on discussion board for this chapter 2. And then that's chapter 2. So if you follow the PowerPoints and your syllabus, you should be safe. Most everything will be posted into Blackboard, and we should not have a problem with anything that that you will need to do. And of course, you also have the wherewithal to be able to call, because my information should be here. And oh, well, I'll load that up, but it is definitely on the syllabus. Do any of you have any questions about anything? April, do you have any questions? No questions. As this is, let's see, that is Calandra. Jessica, Arthur, no questions?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Okay. All right. If everyone is okay, then what we will do is I will look to see when we'll probably, what I would prefer that we do is kind of get in the habit of having some type of contact on Saturday during the course of the time that we're supposed to have class, so that you can just kind of make sure that you keep this particular time period blocked out. Next Saturday, I don't know that we will touch bases during the class period. I have a conference, but what I will do is definitely send you something to let you know what we will schedule. And if there's an alternate time on Saturdays, do you all have classes on campus on Saturdays after this class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, so everybody's on campus. All right, so what we may do is just look at doing something, and I will let you know what it is that you will need to do. And if you have a problem with the Zoom classes, then just let me know, and then we will look at doing something differently with that. But I know 8:30 is early for everybody to be moving around, so I knocked it down to 9:30. But if we need to keep to our scheduled time, then please just let me know that, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for this particular for your time during today, and we will call this class period as ended.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right, you guys have a great weekend and be safe.
All right.
Okay. You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Okay.